Alright, so it's another beautiful day. Figured it'd be a great time to start the next part of this project. We're going to take the bed frame out of here, and I'm going to build a new one. And well, before building a new one, I'm also going to treat the whole floor just like I did the first area here. Probably not going to record much of that, but my friend and I already came ahead and we took the mattress out of here. And so today I'm just going to move everything out from underneath the bed frame and trying to see if I can get that sucker out of there. Another problem I've had sort of fall into my hands is the door handle. It fell off. So there's a little screw in there. I bought some screw extractors and I want to try and take it out of there eventually here. Not quite yet. I'm more focused on the bed for right now. So let's do that. So the first thing that I'd like to find out is if the bed is nailed down in any spots. I really hope that it's not, because that would just make all sorts of new problems that I don't really want to have to fix. Yeah, it'd just be a lot easier if it wasn't nailed down anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can figure out if it is just loose in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead with taking everything out from underneath. It definitely seems like it's loose, which is fantastic, but as I'm looking, there's a bunch of new holes that I'm just starting to notice, which is gonna be a big, fun time for me to fix after I get this out of here. So I got all sorts of stuff back here. There's some tools, some chemicals, some, there's a big thing of propane down here. Just gonna haul her all out. All right, so I think that I just found the most jank thing in this entire van. I mean, there's a lot of really shady shit, but this probably takes the cake. So it looks like the tail lights, or at least the blinker lights, they're wired through wires that are all throughout the van. They come across here, right across the bed frame. Like, they're attached to the bed frame. Like, I knew that there was that box in the front that controlled the blinker lights, but I didn't realize that it was going to be all these wires throughout the entire van. Actually, I saw them. Like, I see them in the front, and I thought that, oh, well, that's probably just something else. But no, that is it goes all through the entire van and comes right across the bed frame here. And now I gotta learn about wires. Fantastic. It's oh, how silly. I'll figure it out, but I can't say that I expected it. Okay, so yeah, a trend I've been noticing is that with a lot of these a lot of holes that there are, like structural holes or even just large holes in general, like in the rear wheel well, and this hole over here that I'm just noticing, something that somebody along the line decided that it would be a good idea to do, is just to take like a pillow, or this is just a big bag full of cloth and socks, and they just had it shoved up against the hole instead of actually filling it in. Same thing with the rear wheel well. There's a gigantic rust hole over there that I'm gonna have to fix. And yeah, they just had a bunch of pillows shoved between the bed frame and the wheel well to kind of plug up that hole, which, I mean, she's gotten this far. You could say that at least, but these are very temporary solutions. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've taken out all the stuff from underneath the bed frame, and now I'm just gonna go and make sure that these wires are nice and not attached to it before I try taking her out. And yeah, no, I'll show you what it looks like after that. So yeah, it turned out to be wrong about it just being able to fit out the back there. It's gonna take me a little while to muscle it out, and well, some of the pallets that were holding it up over here weren't even attached. So I'm hoping that on the other side it'll be the same thing. Yeah, I'll give you an update when I manage to get this sucker out of here. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've gotten the bed out of here now. It was a bit of a harder job. I needed to call in some help, and but it's out now. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take out this little bit of plastic flooring here. I'm gonna keep that though, because I'm gonna use it again later when I go to build the new bed. We're gonna see what kind of damage there's underneath here. I'm going to have to do the whole process of sanding and treating and painting again, and shouldn't be too difficult. I already done it once before. It's just a slightly bigger area. And also I'll be able to show you better what the wheel well looks like, because it is pretty messed up. So here we go. All right, and as I kind of expected, there are going to be some surprises. I didn't realize there was going to be this gigantic hole over here. I knew about that one, but not the rest of them. And there's also a bit of rust over here, so I'm going to have to get some more metal for this, and also for the cab. I want to go ahead and still treat everything in here just the same as I would have. But yeah, we're going to have to get some more metal and get her going. I'm going to wait until probably tomorrow, though, because, well, it's Mother's Day, and, well, the neighbors are all visiting and being nice, so I should probably respect that. And, yeah, so it's not actually as bad as it could have been. Just a couple of bigger holes by the wheel wells, which should have been expected. Yeah, well, guess I will come back to this tomorrow or so. All right, back on another day, another beautiful, beautiful day. Today, I'm just gonna go ahead, take everything back out of here, and I'm gonna treat the rear end floor, much like I did the first time. I reached out onto a couple of different forums, on, well, mostly the Facebook Van Dwellers page, and I got a lot of great pointers. A lot of people talking about safety and whatnot. So I'm gonna be a lot more mindful this time around. Keeping in mind though that I am just basically doing the bare minimum to try and just keep her together for as long as I can. I'm not going for a full repair here. Just as best as I can for right now. Thank you for everybody who did give me some pointers though. I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful from here on out. And then yeah, after I get all that flooring out of there, I'm probably not gonna record a whole bunch of it. But yeah, I'll get everything fixed up and see where we go from there. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've wire wheeled down all the rusty spots, and I've treated it with some rust converter. And I've also gone ahead and cut out all these big rust spots. So we're gonna actually end up filling in these spots with metal instead of rebuilding the bed, as I thought I was gonna end up doing for this part. Because yeah, there's just so much rust back here. So yeah, I've cut out over here and also the other spot that's just over there, and I've treated it all. And I'm also going to go ahead and do it in the front half before I move on to building the bed and making it real comfortable in here again. I'm also going to paint back here with some more spray paint as I did the other area. And yeah, it should all be good and work out pretty well. Stay tuned. All right, so I've been taking a look underneath this mat in the driver's seat, and there's a lot of, I don't know, maybe insulation, it might be some sort of carpet, but it's really nasty and really loose. Now tomorrow, I'm not going to do it tonight because I need more stuff, but tomorrow I'm going to go in here, try and pull up as much as I can without ruining the mat, and try cleaning it up, as well as clean up over there. And yeah, it should all be good and work out. All right, well, it's another beautiful day out there. So today I figured I was gonna start tackling the cab here. It really shouldn't take me too long. It's a much smaller space, but it's also a lot more narrow. A lot more tight corners for me I have to get into. I'm probably gonna have to pick up more sandpaper and sand a lot of it down. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna try getting to it. I'm not sure how much of the driver's side I want to get into because just of how messy it is down there, and it feels really solid when I try to like poke my hands around it, but I don't really want to have to deal with all that insulation again. So I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, see what I can get myself into. All right, so here's what we're working with now. So I've gone ahead and I've taken out this mat, and it's a good thing I did decide to do this because yeah, it's pretty bad back here. I'm gonna have to be careful around these wires up here because this is the control for the high beams, and then probably a sandpaper behind the pedal over here, and I'm gonna cut out all this really rotten stuff, and first I'm gonna take a vacuum to all this nasty grizzly shit and yeah, clean it up as best I can. And just to remind everybody what this side looks like, we have a big piece of metal that's gonna have to come out of here, and we're gonna get a new piece of metal to rivet down. And yeah, no, she should be looking pretty nice pretty soon. Yeah, All right. Well, as I keep going, it just keeps looking worse. This is a lot softer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to cut out, well, as much as I have to, I guess. And same thing with over here. Just yeah, it keeps on looking more and more gnarly. This cab is, yeah, definitely like a 9 on the rust scale. It's going to take quite a lot of work. Oh, here we go. All right, well, it's been a full day's work, but I've cut out all the really, really nasty rusty spots here, and also in the front. It's a little bit more tricky up there. For some of these bigger sections, I was able to go in there with the zip disc, but for the most part, this area's been really tight, so I've had to go in with snips by hand. I've been making sure that everything seems nice and sound. I go around and I bang it up with the hammer, and if it seems like it's not strong enough, I've been yeah, cutting it out. I really don't want to have to do too much body work here. I'm just really doing like a really half-assed, you know, patch job just to try and get her to come along for just a little bit longer. And if down the line, if I have the resources, I'll fix her up even better. But for now, we're just doing this. Well, getting awfully close to finishing this part of the job. Yeah, I started off this whole project thinking that, you know, it would be some minor stuff that I'd be able to sand and treat and paint everything in here, but it's becoming really quite the thing. Yeah, so I've gone ahead and I've cut out all of the floor that was really, really rotten, and it's starting to look like something out of the Flintstones right now. But in a couple of days, I'm getting some help from my mom's boyfriend Jay, and he's gonna come with some new metal. He's gonna help me put it all down. We're gonna rivet it down and use silicone because I don't really feel like investing in a welder right now. And again, way down the line, if I have the resources, I'm going to go all out and fix this thing. And yeah, sure. Right now, got a lot of people who are probably going to write all sorts of angry comments like, "Oh, you should have done this, should have done this," but I, I don't know what I'm doing, and I also probably cut a lot more the floor out than I really needed to. But I'm just going for the bare minimum again, just patching her up so I can get her on the road for a couple more years, get a couple good more adventures out of her. I'm just absolutely exhausted right now, if you couldn't tell. It's been a long day cutting out all this metal, so it's too tight for the angle grinder to fit in most of these areas, so I had to go in with some snippers, some hand snippers, and cut it all out. And it's just it's been rough. Um, I've already wire wheeled it down now. I'm just gonna go ahead and touch up any areas, maybe with the wire wheel again, and treat it and paint it, and then it's just wait until I get the new metal in. And yeah, after that, after I get the new metal in here and in the back, all I got to do is patch up the bigger holes, or not the bigger holes, the smaller holes rather, with some more Bondo and maybe some more fiberglass if it's really necessary. And yeah, after that, all it is cleaning her up and making her look pretty again. And yeah. All right, so the rust converter did a fantastic job of cleaning it all up. It looked really good actually. So I just went ahead and I put a little bit of rust-proof paint just for that extra amount of protection. And yeah, also not much else to do other than wait for the new metal to come in, and we'll put down the new metal here, and also in the back on the wheel well, and in the just behind the wheel wells. And yeah, she'll be looking real good real soon. See you guys when we get the metal. All right, so it's been a couple of weeks since the last portion of this was recorded. And I think I was just finishing cutting up the parts of the cab by hand, and my hand's really sore for the next couple of days, and I was just waiting on getting the metal. My mom's boyfriend helped me get some metal, and I'm going to be able to continue the project now. But there's one part that I didn't end up recording, and that's I ended up cutting out some more metal over here. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but did that up. It looks kind of really bad in there right now, and I wasn't actually really planning on recording anything today for this, but as I was pulling all the stuff out, because I wanted to kind of do a little survey of the area before just kind of jumping in with the metal, I wanted to get an image in my head, think about the metal pieces that I have, and think about what I can do here, put that all together before just doing it. So yeah, just I wanted to point out that yeah, I'm so in over my head right now. I've never done anything with this, but I mean, I'm just trying to give the old girl a new pair of shoes, right? And well, that'll get done because I mean, at least I'm not leaving her in the state that she was in. I could have just been totally ignorant to it and just left all the giant holes everywhere and just let her rot out from underneath me. But I'm not letting that happen. I'm just kind of sprucing her up a little bit, making everything a little bit more firm, so that it just doesn't fall apart underneath me. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that. There's a lot of issues right now, like my paint job. Like everything here is a brand new for me. I've never spray painted anything like this before. I've never worked metal like this before. I've never, done anything. So this has been a big experience for me. But yeah, all my paint's been shocking, and it's gonna be a real thing from here on out. Probably either tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to continue to do more stuff here. And yeah, well, you'll see what the progression looks like. And yeah, just keeping in mind that it looks absolutely terrible right now. Right now I can't say that I'm looking forward to doing this job because it's been some time, and getting the time to look at this again and realize just how crappy it actually is. It's been an experience. So yeah, well, I'm gonna do the best I can. This whole layer right now really doesn't need to look pretty. That's one thing I'm keeping on. All it needs to do is be stable. And I'm pretty sure that what I'm doing, as barbaric as it is, especially to any actual body workers out there, as barbaric as it looks, I think that it's gonna at least help her stay afloat a little longer than she would have if I hadn't done anything. I was going to continue taking everything out of here as I was doing, and then yeah, go ahead and well, I'll record again in a couple days when I'm ready to start putting in the metal. All right, so it's been kind of crappy weather all week, except for today. For some reason, it's like all week it's been cloudy and rainy and windy and crappy, but today it's actually really nice. And I would go ahead and start doing what I want to do, but it's supposed to start raining again tomorrow and rain all weekend and for God knows how long. So, and I started editing together my like the rest of the video. I started noticing that it was getting really long, longer than I'd want it to be already. So I'm just kind of recording this a little bit right now, just to kind of say that yeah, well, I'm gonna continue doing this, and actually, I'll probably be able to make an entire new video about putting in the metal because it's just been so freaking rough so far. So I just wanted to say, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, or yeah, something like that.